Theresa May's cabinet, what a motley crew they really are. More reshuffles than one of Paul Daniels' card tricks. Reports now of David Davis resigning because he is being shut out. But there is a waiting list of bodies that are only too happy to line up to be part of the next cabinet. And David Davis was said to be frustrated that he had not been shown the Brexit cabinet papers sent by Boris Johnson and Micheal Gove to the Prime Minister. Allies of David Davis say that he is deeply frustrated by the way Mr Johnson and Mr Gove went behind his back to hand deliver the letter to the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, Gavin Barwell. That name again. If you remember Gavin Barwell, he was the one that messed up on sprinkler systems and fire regulations for Grenfell. Brilliant track record. But Johnson and Gove, two peas in a pod, the first calamitous, if you will, partnership since Laurel and Hardy. Now, although Boris won't say it, if he can get any further up the PM's backside, or brown-nose the 1922 committee even more than he is doing, for obvious reasons, I think he actually would. But just who is waiting in them wings for placements in the cabinet if it really starts to crumble, if it hasn't already? Well, one of them is Kit Malthouse, the former Deputy Mayor of London for Business and Enterprise. And it has been said in the past that Kit very much likes to keep his head down after getting elected in 2015. But the MP for North West Hampshire is now speaking out and is said by one fellow Tory MP to be full of ideas, and that's brilliant. That's what we need. However, Kit's ideas aren't filled with the sincerity you may or may not think they are. After all, he is a Tory, and that is pretty clear in a past event of his in 2016. Kit had been ditched by the MS charity he was a patron of as a result of an event. But why would a charity ditch an MP, someone that could possibly highlight their plight and potentially raise quite a lot of money for him? Well, he was forced to resign from his position as the patron of the Multiple Sclerosis Society after its members said his voting position prevented him from being an effective patron. But what was that in that vote? Well, the vote was cuts to employment support allowance, or ESA, which in most cases sees claimants losing £30 a week if they are judged to be disabled but fit enough for work-related activity. What a guy. Or how about Rebecca Powell, the MP for Taunton Deane, who once worked for the National Union of Farmers and apparently prides herself on the very prominent agricultural green streak running through her work. But like most of, if not all of the Tories, she voted against ending the pay cap. So, while she might love the farmers, she doesn't think a lot of the people in the public sector. Or you have Will Quince, now as well as campaigning vigorously for paid leave to be given to parents who lose a child, which is commendable. Quince has also had plenty to say in the past on the all-important topics of housing and homelessness. The MP for Colchester is co-chairman of the all-party parliamentary group for ending homelessness, which is calling for focused and evidence-based interventions to prevent homelessness. Again, that has to be commendable. But is this commendable? Remember last year, the vote on the Housing and Planning Bill, a proposal put forward by Labour to protect lifetime tenancies? Well, your Will Quince voted against it. Now, I have no doubt he did that because we can't agree with Labour and he went along with his party. But don't worry about the people up and down the country who could potentially be made homeless. Sorry, just remind me why these people become MPs again. But one last one. What about Rishi Sunak? And I do apologise if I pronounce that wrong. The high-flying businessman who took over from William Hague in 2015 has been energetically pursuing a number of projects, most notably exploring the concept of free ports. In a report published last year, Sunak argued that Brexit provided a new trade opportunity for Britain by allowing introduction of free ports that would increase manufacturing output, reinvigorate the North and promote trade. Now remember, high-flying businessman who voted against implementing a series of proposals intended to reduce tax avoidance and evasion. Now, why would you do that? This is your government, ladies and gentlemen. This is your potential government. These are the people that make decisions on your behalf and could ultimately have a dramatic effect on your life. Why won't Theresa May resign? The chaos is beginning to escalate and to me will continue to do so. They say they care about everyone, but do they? It seems that every Conservative MP has a story, and not the type of story you see on X Factor of a life that is hard done by, or helping your nan in the final days, or giving teddy bears to children, but stories of underhand tactics with an agenda of getting what they want. So is there not one single Tory MP, and to be honest, dare I say Labour, with a backstory that is pure? I mean completely and totally pure. I just don't know. Do you have anyone in mind for a cabinet reshuffle? Place your bets for the resignation of Theresa May and let us know when you think that is. Place your comments below and please do subscribe. And seriously, eventually, maybe we can get your voice heard. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.